Good afternoon, everyone. We got an afternoon edition of IG Live. We're just going to do a little bit of an Ask Me Anything on a Thankful Thursday here from Myrtle Beach. Been flying all day with the baker and my family. Welcome, everybody. Here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here to his team here in Myrtle Beach. We're gonna have a great day on Thankful Thursday. I'm so thankful for everything. Hopefully you guys are enjoying 2-minute drill. There we go. We're working on that. All right, Anna's coming on. Very good. And here we go. People are coming in. Mr. Aaron is here. Good to see you. Everybody, Keaton, Thankful Thursday. Olivia, good to see you. Awesome. Good morning from Sydney. Thank you for joining me. Calgary, Canada. Luis, nice to see you as well. Tony, let's get our questions in here. We're going to do Ask Me Anything. Do you own crypto? I do, and I align it with my timing and risk tolerance. So I accumulate it, sell half, and keep everything that costs me nothing. That's my goal. That's my strategy. And I have specific ones that have very high awareness. LFG, let's go, Mikey. LFG, hey, Zeus. LFG, how about those Padres sweeping the Dodgers? No problema, Ricky Wood. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com, if you need anything. My book, ebook, audiobook, I'll sign a book, send it to you, pay for shipping. david@dmeltzer.com. Justin, good to see you. Jake, good to see you as well. Let's take these questions. They're coming in. Oh, they're loading in. I guess the 5G isn't really 5G here. How can I get more followers on social media? Work long. Know your frequency. Continue to post your frequency. Attract people who are listening to that frequency. Don't be afraid to be yourself. And slowly but surely, 2 turns to 4, 4 turns to 8, 8 turns to 16, 16, 32. Within 20 turns of the audience, you'll be at 2 million people. I'm going to bring my friend Thursdays. We're just rocking and rolling from Myrtle Beach. Anna is here. We are requesting her to join, and hopefully it will. There. Hello, Anna.
Hey, David, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for joining me, and thank you for your patience. I've been traveling all day. We've moved you around time-wise, but here you are.
Yeah, it's all good. I appreciate you. I appreciate the opportunity to ask you a couple questions.
All right. Well, hit me with them then. Give us a little bit of background, then ask the questions.
For sure. So I'm Anna Deshaun, everybody. Happy Pride. I own and operate an online radio station, E3 Radio. We play queer and independent music in high rotation with a hip hop and R&B vibe. Nothing like it exists. Feel free to check us out at E3 Radio. I've been doing a crowdfunding campaign since I quit my corporate job. I quit in February. It was my first month as my own boss after doing E3 Radio as a passion project for a decade. And COVID just changed my life. So I was like, how can I take this moment to rethink how I want to spend the rest of my time? And this is my passion. It's what I love to do. I feel like I've been called to do it. And so right now, the crowdfunding is going great. We're raising money for an app we're creating called The Cube, where we're going to curate music and podcasts by Black, brown, and queer trans people of color into one place. And we know there's a need to be able to find good content. The podcasting world is so saturated right now. And so we're working towards that. So my question for you is, for someone like me who's taking this from a passion project and really looking to be a lucrative, sustainable business, how do you begin to figure out what services people really need and find your niche? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to send more invoices, David, than I am receiving.
Yeah.
And it's becoming a unique challenge.
Well, the uniqueness of what you're doing and the frequency what you have is your advantage, right? You know your audience, you know your spectrum, and you want to build that community by providing them something that nobody else is, and you are. There's a specific music content, specific other conversations, and a community that's easy to address because it's very clear and defined. And so what I would do is, since you already have that community, I would ask them, what are you looking for, right? And, obviously the merch side of things is a great way to build revenue, but maybe there's masterminds, maybe there's meetups, maybe, there's other types of, coaching or mentoring or sharing with a group setting that may be, membership. There's so many different things. And I would go ahead and, number one, ask your own community, which clearly is defined. What do you guys want? What's not out there? And go ahead, if you're providing more value, you're capable of articulating that value to exceed what you're asking for, it'll grow fast, especially in that community, because people are passionate about their beliefs and their individuality of what I think is an appreciation of how we're all the same. I'm trying to shift the paradigm of beliefs that the more we shine our own individuality, the more we're actually confirming that we're one, right? And that
Yes.
people are just trying to appreciate differences, but we have to appreciate we're the same and the differences, and that's what you're doing. So number one, go ahead and survey, ask, continue to build that community. But two, look to see what other communities are doing to monetize that. So if you're looking at small businesses, what are they doing? If you're looking at cheerleaders, what are they doing? If you're looking at heavy metal bands, what are they doing? You can just mirror, because most likely about 80% of the things that other communities are doing to monetize themselves successfully, you'll be able to do it better because there's a stronger frequency and a clear defined frequency within your community than there is, for example, with cheerleaders, right? They're very diverse in the way that, in fact, some of your community probably cheerlead and some don't, so, but you have a very clear, strong frequency that can build very quickly a community that you can monetize. You just got to ask for some help, do a little bit more research and due diligence, and I'll be happy to help you as well as you grow. Obviously, I'm a huge supporter of what you are doing. I'm a huge supporter of your community. I want everyone out there to be able to feel confident and liberated in who they are. And if more we support each other for who we are, the more we won't see the differences. We'll appreciate the differences of how much we are alike.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm interested in telling the stories because I think, to your point, when we see the human being, we can remove the label and the assumptions and all these other things that we hold, and begin to see the fact that we are all very much so alike and have the same desires and the same aspirations and are just trying to live our best life 150% and thrive in this thing while we're here. So I appreciate that. I'm going to take that with me as I'm on the road to promote, you got to
Oh,
keep it out here. You know
I'm
what I
sending
mean?
my book. I'm sending my book out to you, Connected to Goodness, and it will also
Okay.
help you as well. David at dmeltzer.com. Anybody here that's in support of unifying everyone and appreciating our pursuit of our own potential, please email me. I will share. I will help. David at dmeltzer.com. Anna, thank you so much for taking the time to be on.
I appreciate you, David. Thank you, everybody. Check out the
Thank you.
queue.
Take care, bud.
All right.
The Q.
Bye bye.
Awesome. All right, here we go. Anna Deshaun, check her out. And what a great guest. Spread the love, spread the unification. It's not so hard, man. So many people waste so much time, energy, emotion, and relationships trying to figure out how we can separate ourselves. I don't want to hear it. Liberate yourself. Let your light shine. Liberate others. Don't make yourself less to make other people feel good. Make yourself more so you can give more and make everybody feel good. Let's focus in on receiving that light, that love, and those lessons, and then appreciate them, adding our value to them, and then giving them away. When are you coming to Canada? As soon as they let me in, man. An opening that's needed here. I miss Canada. I miss Bob Proctor. I miss the Raptors. I miss all kinds of things about Canada. I miss Vancouver. I love Canada, and obviously the home of the greatest quarterback to play of all times, Doug Flutie, no Warren Moon, but two of the greatest ones ever. Anyway, let's take a few more questions. I'm going to be on office hours in about 12 minutes here from Myrtle Beach. If you want to reach out to me, it's David at dmeltzer.com. I'm going to take a funny question here. I was like this. Is Jerry Maguire a sports movie? No, it's just like my business. It's a sports backdrop to a love story. That's why everybody loves Tom Cruise, loves Renee. We love Cuba Gooding Jr. because it's a love story in the backdrop of the most popular sport 2-to-1 in America called football, but it's not a sports film. It's not. Anyway, enjoying ourselves here. Let's keep the questions coming for a few more minutes. How important is your adaptable routine when traveling? It's the most important thing, right? You originally, when you have a routine, you're going to guarantee to make God laugh. But when you start traveling on top of trying to stick to a routine, he is going to just belly laugh at you. So you got to have an adaptable routine based off of what? Your non-negotiables. I spend a minimum of an hour a day on my health, a minimum of 30 minutes with each of my family members, my wife, my son, and then 2 minutes a day with my teenage daughters. And then, of course, studying my calendar, which is so essential, finding the productivity, accessibility, and gratitude in every day, studying what I have planned, what I don't have planned, and my sleep, especially when you're changing time zones. And by doing so, I go ahead and activate the mathematical equation of luck. That's right. Attention to, intention of, the coincidences that I want. Kathy Cardenas is here, says Jakey Bakey. There she is. I see her there. One of the greatest PR people I've ever met, and more importantly, she's my friend. Hi, Kathy. We have a good time together, and she represents some of the greatest personalities that there is. I especially love her friend, Mr. Decchio, who works with Danica Patrick, and of course, Donovan McNabb. He is family. What's up, D? Anyway, let's take another question. I got a few more minutes. We don't have to play by the rules here on IG, do we? We can do whatever we want. Let's see. David Meltzer TV. I like that. How does one not act on their feelings or emotions? Look, you don't ever act. You react, just like you refocus. So determinative upon the level of awareness that you have to the emotions that you have, the first thing I suggest to do is to stop. Right? Stop and analyze, and then align it with your values, your what, your who, your how, your now, and apply that why. Roll in the right trajectory. Know that when you're in an emotional state, your mind, your body, and soul are probably on fire. Anytime you're on fire, you got to stop, drop, and roll. That's what I do, knowing that action will overcome my feelings, not logic. So I stop, and I go ahead and align it with the actions that are aligned with what I want, who I want to do it with or for, and how I'm going to get it done. And then I prioritize it with my now and apply my why. If you want the 5 daily practices, those 5 daily practices specifically, go ahead and email me, david@bmeltzer.com. And I'll send those to you. And my book, ebook, audiobook, I'll sign a book, send it to you, pay for the book and shipping any day of the week. All you got to do is reach out to me, david@bmeltzer.com. I appreciate everybody. What can I do to stick on my schedule, have strong discipline? Lower the bar, 2 minutes a day with more than 2 hours on a Saturday, and then utilize the 5 daily practices that I'm going to send you, david@bmeltzer.com, in order to effectuate those 5 daily practices. All right, we are here in Myrtle Beach. We are having a great time. Right off the plane, onto IG Live. Wanted to see my friend Anna Deshaun. We are there on Thankful Thursdays. Tomorrow's training is BYOQ. It is early, 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, on Clubhouse, on IG, and on the webinar. Over 50,000 people register. So you will enjoy the training, BYOQ. You bring the questions, I'll bring the answers. You can see I'm pretty versed in doing this on Thankful Thursday, but even better on Funky Fresh Fridays with Colleen, who's in New York, by the way. How do you tame your ego? You practice taming your ego. Spend minutes and moments in ego-based consciousness. Look and see how we can reduce the interference between us and what we're connected to and through. It's not that difficult. All right, one last question. I know I keep saying that, but let's make this happen here. What can I do to start investing? 1, take inventory of your timing and risk tolerance. 2, get a mentor in the area that you want to invest, and start small and learn. Go ahead and pay the dummy tax by allowing someone else to pay it for you. Can't pay your state tax, can't pay your federal tax, but I can pay your dummy tax. If you want to learn more about what that means to find your timing and risk tolerance, it's how long until I want to get a certain return and how much of a return do I want to get comparatively to what I'm willing to lose. That's timing and risk tolerance. So you got to know your timing and risk tolerance, and you got to find someone who's an expert in the area so you don't have to pay the dummy tax. You'll save yourself thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars by finding someone that's already lost their money from the lessons that you want to learn. All right, everyone. We are Very excited to be here. Thankful Thursday here in Myrtle Beach. Power Home Solar, the True Underdog Podcast. Jason Waller invited us down here to speak. So excited. Thank you so much. We'll be there tomorrow for BYOQ. Bring your own questions. I'll bring the answers. You'll love it on Friday, 6 a.m. Pacific. Clubhouse, IG, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, and the webinar. We're everywhere tomorrow with that training. BYOQ, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. Come join me. But most importantly, everyone, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care.